Morning, students. I hope you all are doing well at your places. And today we'll be studying a very interesting chapter, that is a school with a difference. So let's just begin with this chapter. Then we will come to know that what this chapter is. So the title of our chapter is a school with a difference, right? So about this chapter, देखिए ईवी लुकास जो है ही इज द ऑथर ऑफ द स्टोरी ईवी लुकास ही इज द ऑथर ऑफ द स्टोरी जिन्होंने ये स्टोरी को बनाया है. This is a story of a school where children they were taught to sympathize with and help each other. This is basically a story about the children. यहाँ पे बच्चों को ये सिखाया जाता है कि कैसे आपको दूसरों के ऊपर सिंपैथी दिखानी चाहिए और एक दूसरे की हेल्प करनी चाहिए, राइट. एंड द राइटर हैड हर्ड अ लॉट अबाउट मिस बीम स्कूल, और स्कूल के बारे में राइटर ने बहुत कुछ सुना हुआ है. So let's just read this story to know about next, right? So I have heard a great deal about Miss Beam School. मैंने मिस बीम स्कूल के बारे में बहुत सारी चीजें सुनी हुई हैं, but not until last week did the chance come to visit it. But मेरी अभी तक कोई चांस नहीं आई है कि मैं यहाँ पे विजिट कर सकूँ. I arrived at the school and there was no one in sight except a girl about 12. Actually, when she visited the school, then there was no one inside the school except a girl, एक लड़की, with her eyes covered with a bandage. आईज कैसे कवर्ड है, बैंडेज के साथ कवर्ड है. एंड शी वॉज बींग लेड केयरफुली बिटवीन दी फ्लावर बेड्स बाय अ लिटिल बॉय हु वॉज नॉट मोर देन 8 years old. सी व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट शी वॉज बींग लेड मीन्स उसको बहुत ही केयरफुली उसकी टेक केयर करी जा रही है बिटवीन दी फ्लावर बेड्स मीन्स फ्लावर्स के बीच पे, बाय अ लिटिल बॉय हु वॉज नॉट मोर देन 8 years old, जो कि उसका बहुत ही ज्यादा ख्याल रख रहा है. He just stopped and evidently means prove करने में, asked that who it was that had come in, and she was just evidently means very confidently she was asking that who has come in, वो कौन आया है. And he seems to be describing me to her, और वो किसको describe कर रहे हैं, मुझको introduce कर रहे हैं उससे. Then they passed on, और फिर वो आगे pass हो रहे हैं. Now Miss Beam was all that I had accepted, middle age, kindly and understanding. Miss Beam school कैसा है? It's like that she is a middle age, बहुत ही ज़्यादा kindly है and बहुत ही ज़्यादा understanding है, right? Her hair was beginning to turn grey and she was plump in a way that she could be comforting to a homesick child. Actually, she has grown older. उसके hairs जो है थोड़े grey होने लगे हैं and she just plump in a way दैट वो बच्चों को बहुत ही ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल इन्वायरमेंट में रखती हैं, राइट. वी टॉक्ड आइडली फॉर अ लिटिल व्हाइल, हमने बहुत ही कम स्पैन के लिए उनसे बात करी है. देन आई आस्क्ड हर सम क्वेश्चंस, कि मैंने उनसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं फॉर हर टीचिंग मेथड्स व्हिच आई हैव हर्ड. इट वाज वेरी सिंपल एक्चुअली. आई आस्क्ड several questions that how she taught, what are the teaching methods. She just replied that she teach very simply, right, in a simple manner. Now no more than this is needed to help them that how to learn to do all these things, कि इन सब चीज़ों के अलावा और क्या ही चाहिए, कि उनको बहुत ही सिंपल तरीके से पढ़ाया जाता है. एंड ओनली द सिंपलेस्ट spelling, adding, subtracting, multiply and writing, all the arithmetic progressions they have been taught over here, and the rest is reading to them, कि उनको read कराया जाए, right, by इंटरेस्टिंग टॉक्स, की बातें करना, राइट, ड्यूरिंग विच दे हैव टू सिट स्टिल, जिसमें उनको आराम से क्वाइटली आराम से बैठना होता है, कीप देयर हैंड्स क्वाइट, आराम से. एंड प्रैक्टिकली देयर वर नो अदर लेसन्स एट ऑल. ऐसे और कोई भी लेसन्स यहाँ पे, कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल्स वाले लेसन्स नहीं होते. नाउ आई हैव हर्ड सो मच, मैंने बहुत कुछ सुना है. आई सेड अबाउट द ओरिजिनलिटी ऑफ आवर सिस्टम, और मैंने जो भी बोला है, whatever I have spoke about our system, it was totally ekdam original, right. Now Miss Beam smiled. Oh yes, she said, I'm coming to that. मैं वहाँ पे भी आ रही हूँ. The real aim of the school, इस school का main focus क्या है, is not so much instill thought as thoughtfulness, humanity and citizenship. They are saying that real aim of the school is not कि आपको बच्चों के अंदर बहुत ही ज्यादा, नॉट सो मच टू इंस्टिल थॉट, की चीजों को एकदम उनके दिमाग में घुसाना नहीं है. एज थॉटफुलनेस, ह्यूमैनिटी एंड सिटीजनशिप, दैट्स द आइडिया. ये है वो आइडिया दैट आई हैव ऑलवेज हैड, जो कि मैं हमेशा से चाहती हूँ. एंड हैप्पीली देयर आर पेरेंट्स गुड इनफ टू ट्रस्ट ऑन मी, राइट, एंड पुट इट इनटू दी प्रैक्टिस, कि उनको वापस इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में भी लेकर आते हैं. Now look out of the window for a minute, will you? Can you please just look out of the window of my school? So what you will be seeing over there, that I went to the window which overlooked a large garden and a playground at the back. There is a large garden and playground at the back of the school, right? Now, what do you see? Miss Beam is asking. Miss Beam is asking that what do you see? I see some beautiful grounds. मैंने बहुत ही ज़्यादा सुंदर grounds देखे हैं. I said a lot of jolly children. And what perplexes me, मैंने बहुत ही ज़्यादा jolly बच्चों को देखा. And what do you mean by perplex means I am very much confused. That thing which confused me and pained me the most, जो मेरे को बहुत ही ज़्यादा problem दिला रही है, is that to notice that they are not all as healthy and active I should wish. All the children, they are not healthy and they are not active तरीके से हम चाहते हैं. As I came in, I saw a poor little thing being which is led out about owing to some trouble with her eyes. As she's saying that when I entered the school, I just saw a little girl who was just putting a bandage on her eyes. I thought that she was in pain. Now I can see two more. I can see two more in the same plight. In the same plight. What do you mean by plight? In the same conditions, I'm seeing two, three more. Or right. While there is a girl with a crutch, एक crutch के साथ है. Crutch are basically the बैसाखीज which helps to move a person under the window watching others to play. और कुछ बच्चे खेल रहे हैं. And she seems to be a hopeless cripple. Cripple means जो लोगों पे depend करते हैं चलने के लिए. Now, Miss Beam laughed. Miss Beam, she's laughing and she's saying, "Oh no," she said. She is not lame, really. वो कोई लंगड़ी या नहीं है. She is not handicapped. This is only her lame day. वो सिर्फ आज के दिन ऐसी है. Tomorrow will not be the same day. हर दिन same नहीं होता है. Nor are those others blind. और ऐसा नहीं है कि all people जो और दूसरे हैं they are blind. Only their blind day is. आज है वो blind, कल वो बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाएंगे. I must have looked very much astonished. For she laughed again. She laughing and she said, "Oh, ये आप कैसी मतलब surprised?" Astonished means she's totally surprised. Now, there you have an important part of our system is nutshell. यही है हम लोग के पूरे सिस्टम का एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट नटशेल कि हम कभी भी किसी को नेगेटिव फील नहीं करने देते हैं. In order to get a real appreciation and understanding of misfortune in these young minds, participate. We make them participate in misfortune too. See, what is the philosophy? A very good philosophy of the school कि अगर किसी बच्चों की बदनसीबी भी हो जाए, बैड लक भी हो जाए, मिसफॉर्च्यून मीन्स इनके यंग माइंड्स में अगर इनके साथ कुछ भी उल्टा हो रहा है मीन्स if there is any mishappening happening in their life, then they don't make their feel child as if they are misfortune, right? So उनके young minds में they never inculcate those negative thoughts in their mind. They think, they always make them learn that this is the day, it will definitely pass on, right? And in the course of the term means in that duration of time, every child has one blind day. हर किसी बच्चे का एक ना एक दिन तो blind day होता ही है. एक लेम डे होता है, एक डेफ डे होता है और एक मेम डे होता है. मेम डे मीन्स वन हु इज नॉट एबल टू स्पीक क्लियरली और एक वन हु इज नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दी थिंग्स केयरफुली. और ब्लाइंड डे में क्या होता है? देयर आईज आर बैंडेज एब्सोल्युटली. व्हेन द child has a blind day, his or her eyes are basically bandaged, and it's the point of honor not to peep. ये कोई बच्चे को डिस्टर्ब करने वाली चीज नहीं है. It's an honor, right? The bandage is put on overnight. Bandage पूरी रात आंखों के आगे लगाई जाती है. They wake up blind. और वो कैसे wake up करते हैं? As if they are blind. This means that they need assistance in everything. That means they need help. They need some help, or you can say they require some help in everything, and other children are told to help them and lead them. And those children that are absolutely fine at those days, they used to help. It is educational for both, for the blind man as well as for the helper. हेल्प कर रहा है उसको भी और जो ब्लाइंड है उसको भी, because both can understand the situation of each other very carefully. Now, there is no hardship about it, means there is no problem about it. This beam continued that everyone is very kind, everyone is very generous from his heart, and it's really something of a joke, although, of course, but before the day is over. Although you can say, you can make a joke, but before the day over, the reality is of the. What do you mean by affliction? Affliction means अपनी तरफ खींच लेना. Must be clear means the thought must be clear in your mind, even to the least thoughtful. हर थॉट आपके माइंड में एकदम क्लियर होना चाहिए, वेदर इट्स योर अप, वेदर इट्स योर डाउन, you should stay calm and stay positive at that time. And the blind day is of course really the worst, बहुत ही ज़्यादा worst होता है कि this is the superlative degree of adjective, that is bad, worse and worse, right? She went on, but some of the children tell them कि dumb day जो है it's very dreaded because she is not able to speak, right? And there of course the child must exercise the will power, कि बच्चा उस will power को exercise करे, for the mouth is not bandaged, क्योंकि mouth उस को हम bandage नहीं कर सकते हैं. But come down into the garden and see for yourself that how the children they look like. They learn to live in all those conditions, right? Miss Beam led me to one of the bandaged girls के पास मेरे को लेकर गई, a very happy little thing whose eyes were under the folds. Actually, the girl, she was very happy as her eyes were totally folded at that time. I felt sure, bright and twinkling. She's saying that I am feeling very bright. Here's the gentleman to talk to you. यहाँ पे आपसे कोई बात करने के लिए आया है. Said Miss Beam. Miss Beam बोल रही है, let's just talk. What she's saying, don't you ever peep? क्या आपको ऐसा नहीं लगता कि आपको देख लेना चाहिए? I asked by the way of an opening की. She's saying कि आप कभी नहीं सोचते कि बैंडेज हटा के आप देखें? Oh no, she exclaimed. She just remarked very carefully, remarked very happily, that would be a cheating. वो क्या होगी? That would be a cheating. I should not do this. But I had no idea that why it was so awful to what? To be blind. She's saying what she's saying, but I had no idea. मेरे को कोई इस बात का कोई idea नहीं है that how awful it look like. You can't see a thing. Don't you feel like that you are not able to see anything and you are feeling awkward? One feels one is going to be hit by something every moment. She thinks that ऐसा नहीं लगता कि आपको कि आप अगले ही moment आपको चोट लग सकती है. Sitting down is just a relief. To stay at one place is much a relief instead to roam out with a bandage on her eyes. Are you a helper kind to you? Are your helpers, जो आपके helpers हैं, are they kind to you? She asked. Right, I asked. Now, pretty good, not so careful I shall be when it's my turn. जब मेरी turn होती है, I am very careful. Those that have been blind already the best. जो already blind हैं, वो best हैं बिल्कुल. Why? It's perfectly ghastly not to see. I wish you would try. She's saying that it's perfectly ghastly. मतलब it's perfectly fine that if I'm not able to see all those things, shall I lead you anywhere? क्या मैं आपको कहीं आगे लेके जा सकती हूँ? Oh yes, she said, let's go for a little walk. कि चलते हैं हम little walk के लिए. Only you must tell me about things. मुझे चीजों के बारे में बताना. Being blind is not so frightening कि इतना भी ज्यादा बुरा नहीं है. My head aches all the times. मेरा head जो है वो दर्द करता है. देखिए head को एक होता है, pain नहीं होता है. Right? Don't write pain. It's not head pain, it's headache. Ache means paining only, right? All the time, just from the worrying that I'll get hurt. Actually, she's saying that my head, मेरे सर दुखने लगता है by thinking all the time कि शायद मुझे अब चोट ना लग जाए. But where we are now, कि अब हम कहाँ हैं? In the playground, I said. She said that we are in the playground. We are walking towards the house. हम घर की तरफ जा रहे हैं. Miss Beam is walking up. हमारे साथ चल रही है and down the garden with that tall girl. Now, what is the girl wearing? My little friend asked. My friend is asking what the girl she is wearing. A blue cotton skirt and a pink blouse. एक pink color का blouse और एक blue color की skirt, right? I think it's Millie. She said, what color is her hair? She's saying, I think she is Millie. कि उसके hairs कौन से color के हैं? Very light, I said. Now she's saying, yes, that's Millie. She's the head girl of our school. ये Millie ही है and she's head girl. There is an old man trying up the roses, tying up roses. I said. वो कह रही है कि there is an old man जो कि क्या कर रहे हैं, roses को tie कर रहे हैं. And now she is replying, yes, that's Peter. He is the gardener. कह रहे हैं ये कौन है? ये हमारे स्कूल के गार्डनर हैं. उनका नाम पीटर है. And he is 100 years old. Right. And here comes a girl with a curly red hair. और एक girl है वो कैसी है, कर्ली रेड हेयर है एंड शी इज ऑन क्रचेस. वो कैसी है, क्रचेस में. That's Anita, she said. She's saying that that's Anita. Look how the blind girl, she is able to recognize all those people who are present in our school. As we walked on gradually, जैसे जैसे हम आगे चलते रहे, I discovered I was 10 times more thoughtful than I ever thought I could be. She's saying that as we walk forward, हम आगे आगे चलते रहे, that I am 10 times thoughtful. मैं आपसे ज़्यादा 10 गुना अच्छा सोच सकती हूँ. And I realized that I had to describe people. मेरे को बस describe करना है लोगों को और things को to someone else would make them more interesting to me कि मैं उनको बहुत easily recognize कर पा रही हूँ. I told Miss Bean that I was very sorry कि मैं I was very sorry to go. She replied that there is something to my system after all. There is something that my system has after all. So this is a very beautiful chapter that we have came across. The differences about over here, the differences basically describes the kind of disadvantages bache, the kind of all kind of students they are teaching in basically at one roof. This is basically a part of an inclusive education where the children they study from different parts. They are not discriminated on the basis of their caste, creed, whether they are blind, whether they are disadvantaged, whether they are not able to speak, whether they are dumb, whatever condition the child, all are just studying at one roof, studying under one roof, where the teachers they are just teaching them that how to take all these days, whether it's a blind day, whether it's a dumb day, whether it's a deaf day, whatever day, just take it in the positive way. Similarly, this chapter teaches us that we should stay positive in every condition, whether how worse the condition is. So please stay positive in all your conditions and stay blessed and keep smiling. Thank you.